You can listen to Football for Kids completely ad-free by signing up on Patreon or on Apple Podcast subscription. Hello, grown-ups. Are you already starting to think about the summer holidays and how to keep the kids busy? Yeah, I thought you might. Today's podcast is brought to you by Kellogg's Football Camps, a brilliant solution for families looking to keep kids active, having fun and building confidence this summer. With camps for girls and boys aged 5 to 15, Kellogg's are offering over 39,000 free places at sessions hosted by over 70 pro football clubs across the UK. From Colchester to Cardiff, Glasgow to London. It's a great chance for kids to get out, to play football and make new friends over the summer break. To book a free place, just buy a promotional Kellogg's Football Camps pack and scan the QR code to choose a club near you. T's and C's apply, subject to availability.
If you're a small business owner, you'll know just what it's like to be the chief everything officer. HR, payroll, employee benefits. Well, Gusto can do all of that for you. Gusto is online payroll and benefits software built for small businesses. It's all in one, remote friendly, and incredibly easy to use. It's quick and simple to switch to Gusto. Just transfer your existing data to get up and running fast. Try Gusto today at gusto.com/lockedonsoccer and get 3 months free when you run your first payroll. That's gusto.com/lockedonsoccer.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CUP26 to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Tee off on the Turkish Riviera, Europe's premier golf destination. With championship courses in Belek and Antalya, luxury all-inclusive resorts and year-round sunshine, it is the perfect getaway under the Mediterranean sun. Play immaculate fairways designed by golf legends, then unwind beside stunning beaches and 5-star hospitality. Search Turkey on TripAdvisor now to book your ultimate golf holiday in the Turkish Riviera.
Find the biggest voices in sport on the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Like me, Ben, and my co-host JG from the Game to Love Tennis podcast, bringing you all the drama, debate and daily reaction from the world of tennis. With Wimbledon, we'll be covering every twist and turn of the tournament with daily podcasts throughout the championships. All the biggest talking points from SW19 will be there every day to break it all down. Search Game to Love Tennis Podcast and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Goodness, England somehow did it. They were 1-0 down early, the clock was ticking, the fans were biting their nails, and so was I. And then, when England needed him most, Super Harry Kane came to the rescue and did Harry Kane things. First, he headed England level after 75 minutes. Then, with just 4 minutes of normal time remaining, he turned near the edge of the box and smashed in the winner. England 2, DR Congo 1. It was not pretty, it was not perfect, but somehow England got through. Enough to send England through to the final 16 in the world. And their reward? Oh, nothing too gentle. Just a trip to one of the loudest, highest, most famous football stadiums on planet Earth. England are going to the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City to face Mexico, And for everyone watching back at home in the UK, this match kicks off at 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday. That's Sunday night, Monday morning. Yes, you heard me right, 1 a.m. That is not a football kick-off time. That is the sort of time where a fox knocks over your bin in the middle of the night sort of time. But here we are. For England, sleep will have to wait. Because this is huge. This is England versus Mexico. This is knockout football. This is history, heat, noise, football, ghosts, altitude and pressure all rolled into one giant football burrito. This is England versus Mexico at the Azteca. Now, the Azteca is not just a stadium, it is a monster with seats. It sits more than 2,000 metres above sea level. That's about 7,200 feet high. That means the air is thinner than it is in places like London, Manchester, Liverpool, Portsmouth, Newcastle, Birmingham, or wherever else you might be listening now. If you're listening in England, there may well be people listening in very high altitude places. And thinner air matters, because where footballers run, press, sprint, stop, turn and chase, their bodies need oxygen. At altitude, there is still oxygen in the air, but because the air pressure is lower, your body finds it harder to get as much of that oxygen into your blood and muscles. So, what happens? Your lungs have to work harder, your heart beats faster, your legs start to feel heavier, and those little sprints that normally feel sharp and explosive can start to feel like running through invisible custard. Thomas Tuchel, England's German manager, has already said it's going to be difficult for England to properly adapt to the altitude in just a few days. And that, I guess, is the scary thing. Mexico are used to it. England are not. It's a bit like one team has been training on a mountain while the others has climbed the stairs and gone, hang on, why am I breathing like a tired trumpet? But the Azteca is not famous only because of its altitude. It is famous because football history lives there. Big history, golden history, haunting history. In 1970, the great Pelé lifted the World Cup there with Brazil. That Brazil team is still talked about as one of the most beautiful football teams the world has ever seen. 16 years later, in 1986, the Azteca became the stage for one of the most famous and controversial matches in World Cup history. Argentina against England, Diego Maradona against the Three Lions. First came the hand of God. Maradona jumped with England goalkeeper Peter Shilton and the ball went into the back of the net. But it had not come off of his head. It had come off of his hand, and the referee did not see it. The goal stood, and England were furious. And to tell you the truth, us England fans still haven't quite forgiven him for it. And then, just a few minutes later, Maradona did something that belonged in a comic book. He picked up the ball deep inside his own half, twisted, turned, and slithered through England players, rounded the goalkeeper, and scored what many people still call the goal of the century. 2 moments, one naughty, one magical, both in that very famous stadium, the Azteca. England lost 2-1 that day, and for English football, that stadium became a place of ghosts. But here's the twist. England have also won at the Azteca. In the 1986 World Cup, before facing Argentina, England beat Paraguay 3-0 there in the round of 16. Gary Lineker scored twice. So the Azteca is not only a place of pain, it's also a place where England have already won a knockout game. And that matters, because football history is not a locked door, it is a challenge. It says, right then, what are you going to do with me? Now, England and Mexico have not played each other loads of times. Before this World Cup meeting, the senior men's teams had met 9 times before. England had won 6, Mexico had won 2, and there had been 1 draw. Their only previous World Cup meeting came in 1966 at Wembley Stadium when England beat Mexico 2-0. Bobby Charlton scored, Roger Hunt scored, and England continued to march towards their greatest summer in football history. The summer that, of course, they won the World Cup. So when England walk out on Sunday night, Monday morning, they are not just playing against a team in green shirts. They are playing against a country, a crowd, the air, the noise, and a history that says, this place ain't easy to win at. For Mexico, the Azteca is a fortress, a concrete castle, a cauldron, a place where the crowd does not just sing, it shakes the evening. At this World Cup, Mexico have looked unbelievably strong, organised, and they look like they believe. They beat South Africa 2-0 in the opening match, then Czechia 3-0, then they beat Ecuador 2-0 in the last 32. And that Ecuador win was massive, because it ended Mexico's long wait for a World Cup knockout victory. Their previous one had come all the way back in 1986. That is 40 years ago. Imagine waiting 40 years for something. Oh, hang on a minute. As an England fan, we've been waiting 60 years. I think I'll scrap that bit of a script. The atmosphere for Mexico's win over Ecuador was described as being roaring, rocking and pulsating. And that is exactly what England have to walk into. Not a polite crowd, not a gentle crowd. A crowd that truly believe this is Mexico's year, Mexico's moment. A crowd that will cheer and roar every tackle, every throw-in, every pass, every shot, every little mistake from England. And when that crowd gets louder, players can feel smaller, passes can feel heavier, clearances can become a bit panicky. Even brilliant footballers can start to rush things. That is the danger, I guess. England cannot get dragged into the chaos. They cannot spend the first 20 minutes chasing shadows, hoofing the ball away and letting Mexico pour forward again and again. They need calm, they need courage, they need brains as much as boots. Declan Rice will be huge. Jude Bellingham will be huge. Bukayo Saka, if he is involved, can give England that spark on the right. Anthony Gordon changed the game against DR Congo when he came on, helped creating both of Kane's goals. Eberechi Eze brought the energy too. And Harry Kane, he's England's lighthouse. When the storm rolls in, he is the light that England look for. He has 5 goals at this World Cup already. He has moved on to 13 World Cup goals in total. He is England's greatest ever goal scorer. And against DR Congo, he reminded everyone that even when England looks stuck, even when the match feels messy, even when the plan seems to have been eaten by a crocodile, one chance can change it all. Because that's what the best strikers do. They do not need 25 chances. Sometimes they just need a sniff, a bounce, a cross, half a yard, the tiniest bit of space. But England cannot rely solely on Kane. Not here, not at the Azteca, because Mexico will be ready. Their manager will be ready. He knows what this stage of football means. He knows what it means to the country and the fans. He knows that altitude gives Mexico the upper hand. For young footballers listening, this is a bit of a lesson. Big matches are not meant to feel easy. Your legs might shake, your mouth might go dry. The other team might look bigger, the crowd may well sound louder, and that pitch might feel absolutely enormous. But courage is not the same as feeling calm. Courage is doing your job while your heart is thumping like a drum kit. Courage is wanting the ball when everyone else is hiding. Playing the pass, taking the shot, even when the whole world seems to be holding its breath. And on Sunday night or Monday morning, if you're watching in the UK, England will need courage by the bucket load. They will step into the Azteca, the lights will blaze, the Mexican fans will roar, the air will feel thin, the footballing ghost will whisper, and somewhere in the middle of all of that noise, one football will be placed on the centre spot. The whistle will go, and England's World Cup will be on the line yet again. Not in a friendly, not in a warm-up, not in a history book. Now, England versus Mexico at the Azteca. A midnight mountain, a footballing furnace, a chance to escape the footballing ghosts, a chance to make new memories, a chance for the Three Lions to show that even when the air is thin, belief can still be thick enough to carry a team. So if you're allowed to, set an alarm. Get yourselves ready. This is going to be one of the biggest games in English football history. And remember, if you know someone who loves football just as much as you do, then please tell them about the Football for Kids podcast. And whether you're playing football soon, watching it on the telly or pitch side, I hope that you enjoy the game. See you next time.